Hello, everyone. We
I
hope you're doing well.
Yeah, we're here today to briefly share some of the themes that are emerging for tonight's. It's not tonight's, it's tomorrow's Global Sophia Christ Healing Circle. So that is on Tuesday, August 5th at 8 p.m. And we'd love it if you could like and share this video as it helps us with the algorithms to touch more people.
Yeah, and how important is that? We have some really beautiful, strong themes that we have been witnessing in the field, and we hope that you recognize them and that you will join us in this Sophia Christ Healing Circle. To move through it actually and to transform it in a very powerful new state of being. So let me start with the first theme. And that is really an invitation for everyone in our community to move into greater energetic self sufficiency. So, what do we mean with that? Energetic self sufficiency. It is a state in which our inner kingdom is not affected by what others on the outside do or do not say, or anything that could affect us. As long as our inner well being is dependent, in a way, on someone else's behavior, we are limiting not only our well being, but also our inner power. So we feel deeply that this is a learning curve for humanity at the moment, as it is directly related to cultivating true unconditional love for self and the other, as well as our creation power, which is a big subject at the moment as we're moving into an understanding how powerful we are as created beings. So when we choose unconditionally to live in a deep state of peace and acceptance with what is within ourselves, regardless what it is, then we liberate not only ourselves, but also others. And this is what we mean with energetic self sufficiency. So we'll be working with that, with blockages that may hold you back from that in this circle so that you can come into this field of self sufficiency, which will make a huge difference in your life to move on. Yeah.
Of course, as we work these themes, this theme of energetic self-sufficiency, we will see the results of this inner work in the outer world in the way that we relate to energy sources in the outer world. And as we know that that's a really big issue in our world today. So this is actually a real joy for us to be working with this in a very conscious, focused way, so that we can contribute to a movement to free energy as well. That is on the horizon, and that is dependent on of course, our consciousness leading the way. So, our second theme, which is related to the first, is that this, of course, requires letting go of our attachment to our pain body. And to bonding with others through our pain rather than through a higher state of fulfillment and creation. So this step can be challenging when we have been doing self-development work for maybe decades. And we have learned how to create intimate relationships around our stories of inner pain, maybe transcending inner pain, but always the inner pain and the suffering as something to be coming back to, stories to be relived. So maybe you recognize this in your own life. So we feel that we can all relate to this at some level. It's been very important in the development of humanity in the past decades, and it's really a invitation now to step beyond this into something that awaits us. So what is it that awaits us? Well,
Yeah.
when we choose to transcend this level of intimacy, it can feel like abandoning those to us, those close to us with who we have cultivated intimacy based on pain stories. Yet making a choice to transcend this type of intimacy invites another level of intimacy, which is based on a far greater inner freedom, joy, pure creation, unconditional love, and expansion. And it is an intimacy which comes from cultivating a deep relationship with the beloved inside through the Holy of Holies. And this intimacy then becomes reflected in our outer world, in our outer reality, in all our relationships to all forms of life. But it needs to begin within. So when we commit to transcending our pain body, we make a conscious intention to do so. We become really, we really become true architects of our lives at the level of our thoughts, our emotions, our body, and the activities we engage with. And we really feel that moving beyond the pain body and recycling stories of pain, of suffering, of inadequacies is essential to move into our potential as master creator beings. Remember, this is what we are, but we have forgotten. And it is time to remember and to put our focus there. So this is what we will be bringing in. A second theme we will be bringing in the next Sophia Grace Healing Circle.
Yeah, I also think it's good to contemplate on this because we understand when it is about our very intimate relationships with those who we love most, that this requires a very deep level of radical honesty to witness this and to face it. And also to find the courage to step out of it and to say, I'm here to be a creative being. I'm not here to keep repeating stories of suffering. So it's a deep investigation. And we know that's why we bring it into this healing circle, because the field of the healing circle will support you in making it easier to transmute to that phase so that we can all collectively move through that and make a choice to be in a field of creation. Yeah. So that brings us maybe from here to the third theme that has come up in the preparation of tomorrow's healing circle, is the strengthening in all of us of the healthy masculine principle, if you like. So there's a lot to say about masculine and feminine, but what we are talking about in this specific context is the healthy inner masculine that both recognizes danger and protects itself and its loved ones also from this danger. So it's a very healthy system inside of ourselves. And danger can start with a permeability to negative thought structures that then start to take root in our inner temple and in our Holy of Holies, because that's how it works. When we do not have a healthy protection, healthy energy inside of ourselves that is able to discern what is beneficial to us and what is dangerous for us. And to activate this masculine principle, we recognize this. There will be a kind of an alarm bell, one way or the other, that is then protective for us, that we can take decisions on, which is connected to the theme of discernment. We've spoken a lot about the need of discernment, but discernment is needed to recognize what is supportive of our inner environment and what is destructive to our inner environment. And often we have allowed destructive elements to enter into our inner environment. And that is not the case where we want to be anymore. We really want all of us to recognize what is really good for our inner well-being. And we will be activating in the healing circle the codes of discernment and simultaneously also the full inner permission to say no. And that is really the activation of the healthy, call it also divine masculine element, because protection is needed. It's needed in our world. We need it to thrive in our highest potential as creative beings, so that which is in the Holy of Holiest is always protected by a greater force. And that starts with being able to discern.
Yeah. 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 So we are really moving into a much healthier state as we move through all of these layers. And we will be working with Merlin and Excalibur, Lord Melchizedek, and the Elohim Angels to bring to an end internal programs that recycle stories of pain and suffering, which lead to a state in which we are distracted actually from creating. Because when we continue to recycle these stories, then actually we're taking away time that we could be using to create the reality we want to live in. So again, we're here as master creators, but if we are distracted by all the stories of suffering, which can take us out of our center, then we're diluting our creation power, which we absolutely need for the building of our new Christed civilization. This happens from the inside. So this is really requires a move out of the hive mind, which can include unhealthy loyalty, among other things, to the divine mind, which always reveals divine perfection and is accessed through the heart. So it's really here that we stand fully in the infinite creation power. That's the basis of our being, and that's really where we want to be. That's what we want to remember. That's what we want to fully bring back online. And so for this Sophia Christ Healing Circle, we are going to be going through layers to let go of the forgetting, move back into remembering, to be dissolving that which belongs to the forgetting and activating that which belongs to the remembering.
Beautiful. So we hope to see you. We hope that you join us to amplify these fields. It is for you personally, it is for the collective that we do this. And we hope to see many of you to transmute through these layers. And tomorrow means Tuesday, August 5, 8 p.m. Paris time. That is when the Healing Circle starts. Registration ends at 7 p.m. So please register before that time. And again, we would like to ask you to share this video because it really helps us to reach those who may benefit from this work. We thank you for your presence and for your never-ending beautiful work that you do. Sending you our love, and we hope to meet you tomorrow at the Sophia Christ Healing Circle. Namaste.
Namaste.